Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Hopefully you are enjoying these little information videos, these little tidbits into how you can come and live in Cyprus, Paphos in particular. Some of the do's, some of the don'ts, and some of the costs involved and some of the process. I think today we're going to talk about the importance of a long-term rental contract. Because if you are coming to reside in Cyprus and go through the immigration process, you're going to need a long-term rental contract. It could be something simple as a one-bedroom apartment, or perhaps that spectacality of a 12-bedroom villa down on the coastline in Sea Caves. But you're going to need a permanent address, and the immigration services term that as a 12-month rental contract. That contract will have to be witnessed, and that contract will have to be notarized. That means it's a legal document, and that means that you can prove, and of course they can prove, that that is your residency address for a period of 12 months. And that means that you can start that process of becoming a resident of Cyprus. We've talked about this in a few videos, but I want to get it across because I don't think everybody understands that you can't just come to Cyprus and start off the process of immigration. You either have to already own a property in Cyprus or take out a long-term rental for a 12-month period. And no, you can't just get on a big bird, touch down in Paphos and go buy a property and call that your long-term residence address, because of course, even if you know the property before you arrive and then you agree to buy it, that process will take around about 6 months, and of course you cannot have it as your residency until you actually physically get the title deeds into your name and of course the keys to the front door. So not as simple as some people think it is, and going to the immigration office is not as simple as some people try to tell you. A lot of people have a lot of luck, but a lot of people, if you hunt around on Facebook and some of the forums, have an awful lot of problems, and in the end they get very frustrated and we engage the services of an immigration lawyer and an immigration team. In other words, a team that will put together a package just for you. Imagine this: you're thinking about coming to Cyprus, so you pop out for a holiday, you have a look around, you pop back home, and then you decide that Cyprus is the place for you. So you're coming back. Well, this is one of the services that Marika and Me offer especially for you, and we can tailor make a package that suits you. Imagine booking your flight and that's it. When you arrive, you are given some suitable short-term accommodation. Let's say you tell us what you want, we give you 6 examples, you choose one of them, and that's where you're going to stay. We give you 6 examples based on what you want of your long-term accommodation. And remember, that long-term accommodation is actually only for a period of 12 months. You choose one of them. When you arrive, that's where you're going to live for the next 12 months. You want a hire car? We've organised it for you. You want to buy a car? We've organised it for you based on the car and the budget that you have chosen. What does this mean? It means that you are hitting the ground running. We've got the legal team all ready. All you've got to do is bring the correct paperwork and off it goes. You can relax and take it easy when you arrive on the island of love. Nobody else offers the all-inclusive service, and if you want some ideas on fees and costs and how long it's going to take, get in contact with us. In the description on all of our videos, of course, are our contact details: website, email, telephone, and of course WhatsApp. And what better way than to have a chat on a video call? Get in contact with us and let's schedule that video call, and we can build trust in each other, and I can explain to you how it works and the fees and the costs involved. We're going to make it easy, very, very easy for you to come and reside on the island of love. It's time for a little slurp on probably one of the best coffees in Paphos, Atlas coffee shop at the top of Tala. It's a great, great coffee. He's a great, great friend of mine. So perhaps if you come to reside in Tala, you might pop in and see him and have an Atlas coffee or two. Let's have a slurp. Some of the reasons why people come to live in Cyprus, and in Paphos in particular. Paphos is very relaxed, very calm. It's big enough, but not too big. The cost of living, based on many European cities, and of course the UK, I would say it's approximately 25 to 30% cheaper to reside in Cyprus. But it gets better than that. The taxes, yeah. That's one of the reasons why you're thinking about it. The tax is a lot lower. For example, if you can take a dividend income, zero, absolutely zero tax. If you've got a pension income up to a certain amount, around about 35,000 euros per annum, you will only pay 5% tax. That can make a very, very big difference indeed. So 30% cheaper to live here, taxes a lot lower, and your daily life will be much, much better. And that's what most people want in life, isn't it? Perhaps you are coming to that stage in life, perhaps you're taking early retirement at 55, 60. You've been careful, you've feathered your nest. Why not enjoy it? Why not cut out all of the taxes in your home country and come and live in Cyprus and get a bit of sunshine, make some new friends, and spend a lot of time chilled out by the pool, or perhaps walking along a coastal pathway and dipping into the blue Mediterranean Sea. Our job is to make your transition to your new life go very, very smoothly and go very, very easily. Yes, it's going to cost you some money, but most people understand that if they're moving from one country to another country, there is certainly going to be a setup cost, because there are costs involved. Firstly, you've got to fly there. That's probably the cheapest part, by the way. You've got to rent a property. But wherever you're from in the UK or Europe, you're either renting a property or you own a property. So slowly but surely, those two are going to level out. Again, when we talk about cars, you either rent a car, lease a car, or own a car. When you come to Cyprus, again, you can rent a car, lease a car, or buy a car. Initially, there's going to be that setup cost. When you're changing your bills into your name, again, there is going to be one-off costs for going to the electricity department, for going to the water department. The immigration, you're going to have to pay a lawyer. And if you're clever, you will engage the services of fixers. What are fixers? Well, we all understand what fixers are. They're people that smooth the way. But obviously, you're going to have to pay them. But again, they're only one-off costs. I was talking to a gentleman the other day. He's going to come and live with his wife and his children, and he was asking me what would be a fair budget if he wants to relocate to Cyprus. Now, I'm going to give you a figure, but in that figure is the cost of a car. I said to him, £25,000, so around about 30,000 euros. What's included in that? A car to the sum of 10,000 euros. That's a good, respectable Toyota Yaris, Honda Jazz, certainly good enough for the next 2 to 3 years. That would include the rent, the deposit and the fees on a good 3-bedroom townhouse, all the lawyer's fees for him, his wife and his children, and all the setup costs. In other words, all of the bills being transferred into their names and the deposits, etc., etc. There's a lot of things that perhaps you've not thought about. When you come, you're going to want to change your driving license into a Cypriot driving license. Now, you can do it yourself, but there's problems with that. You've got to make an appointment at the road transport office and wait. It could be 4 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be longer. Why not engage the services of a fixer? And you don't have to do a lot. That fixer is going to charge you around about 300 euros plus the paperwork charges. So all in, to have your driving license changed from, let's say, the UK to Cyprus is going to cost you about 500 euros. It might sound a lot, but I promise you, you've only got to do it once and all of your frustrations will be taken away. If you'd like more help and more advice, please don't even hesitate to get in contact with us. Contact details are in the description on the video. Website, email, telephone and WhatsApp. Why not schedule a WhatsApp call and ask your questions directly to me and I'll answer them for you. Ask me the costs involved and I'll tell you. We're open and we are honest. There are many other service providers that talk about fees and they give you the base fee. But very rapidly those fees escalate and you end up paying more. Yeah. Often if you go cheap, you end up paying twice. As I've referenced in previous videos, there is currently a lady in Paphos who's been trying to go through her immigration for quite a while now, and she's now on her 4th lawyer. I'm not insulting her first 3 lawyers, but those first 3 lawyers certainly took some money off her. And they didn't do a lot. So make sure that you choose the right team to help you to relocate to Cyprus. Paphos in particular, I would choose Marika and Me, and I promise you, it will be very smooth indeed. If you wish, we will meet you and greet you and transport you from Paphos Airport to that short-term accommodation we were talking about. Hire a car there waiting for you while you go off and explore. And very quickly, you will be transferred to your long-term residency, the place that you've chosen, the bills changed into your name, and then we'll go on the hunt for that car that you have chosen. And it's time to go down the path of immigration. Somewhere around 3 to 6 months, you are going to get your yellow slip and you will be a citizen of Cyprus. And we will help you along the way. There's many things you've not even thought about. Getting SIMs for your mobile phone, contracts for your mobile phone. Where do you go? How do you do it? We will take you and we will show you how it's done. It's as simple as that. I'm going to say a huge thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it and hopefully you are gathering some information from these little videos. For a more in-depth talk, as I've said, schedule a video call and we can talk and you can ask your questions directly to me. I'm going to leave you with a spectacality of a view and of course slurp on a coffee. But just before I do, let's light up the little boy, shall we? And say those magic words. And you too could be saying those words very soon indeed. Because there is absolutely no doubt about it. Life is good on the island of love. You have a look at the view. Over the rooftops, over the treetops, from uptown Tala all the way down to the blue Mediterranean Sea and of course Kisonica Bay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon indeed.